Hi there, folks. Charlie Gibble, certified financial planner here. Hey, I was doing some spring yard work here, and as I was planting a couple flowers, I was thinking about you farmers. The farmers that cherish your land. I have many clients that are farmers all across Iowa. Millions of dollars in land many of you own. And I got to thinking about what it is that I talk with many of you about. And it is about protecting that land. Should you have a long-term care issue, a long-term care event, whereas there is a 7 in 10 probability you will need some form of long-term care. How do you protect that land? Many of you are land rich and otherwise poor. I don't mean that disparagingly, but you have millions of dollars in land, but maybe not a ton of cash. What happens should you need in-home care or should you go to the nursing home? Well, I'll tell you what the government says needs to happen is you need to spend your assets down to, in Iowa, $2,000 in countable assets for the person that's going to the nursing home or in-home care. I don't just want to talk about nursing homes here. We don't all desire to go to a nursing home. But what about the person that's not in the nursing home? Can they keep the farm? Well, that person is allowed around $160,000 here in Iowa. That community spouse, around $160,000. So in essence, in order to get on Medicaid, which is the only form of support that we have for this crisis called long-term care, you have to spend all your assets down to, let's call it 162,000 for you and your spouse. You have a $2 million farm. What happens there? Well, you got to sell chunks of the farm. Or if it's in a corporation, you have to sell your shares in order to get it down to $2,000 or $160,000. Just know this, that there are almost always ways to protect your cherished farmland in the event of long-term care. And I'm not just talking long-term care insurance. You know that I offer long-term care insurance, and there are great options that'll take care of that. But maybe you're 80 years old and can't get long-term care for whatever reasons. What do? There are options. There are almost always options. Maybe it's an irrevocable trust, to where an irrevocable trust, yes, there's a 5-year look-back rule, which I will bore you with another time, a 5-year look-back rule, but that at least might cap out the amount of losses on your farmland, for instance. Or if more than 5 years from now, today you do the irrevocable trust, more than 5 years from now, you have a long-term care event, the 5-year rule is done, right? So just know there are almost always ways to protect your assets, farmland specifically, when it comes to what I'm talking about, unless you maybe wait until it's too late. You wait until you're off to the nursing home, then there may be issues there. I have some attorneys that do a lot of trust work, and if you have any questions, let me know. I can guide you to the right place.